Through jiu-jitsu, I've been able to feel a bit more confident in myself. It makes me feel more empowered and able to do things in my own body. Even through what I've been dealing with as a child, I've been in the ER for over 300 times. I'm happily living now.
Happily living at 27 years old, but Maria has been fighting for a long time.
I had Wilms tumor, which is a kidney cancer, when I was 15 months old.
Hi, I'm Allie from The Patient Story. As the mother of a young childhood cancer survivor, I recognize Maria's strength and her struggle. She doesn't remember everything from her diagnosis and her treatment.
I feel a bit of a burden.
But she still carries the trauma, the PTSD, the pain.
I'm trying to heal from that.
Cancer has followed her into adulthood.
Early stage of colon cancer.
But she also received life-changing answers about her condition.
I was just really lucky.
In Maria's childhood photos, she's smiling, celebrating, playing. But early on, her parents told her there were signs something was wrong.
They would say that I keep rocking myself, throwing myself on my back. The doctor said that was my way of trying to relieve the pain from the tumor. I wasn't eating, and that's when they decided to put the G-tube, the feeding tube, and I had that for 12 years. I'm struggling with the pain from that till now, and the treatment since I was young. For radiation, I had to get put under, and they don't do radiation in the children's hospital. So they had to, there's a tunnel that goes to the general for the adults, and they had to run all the way there to do the anesthesia, get the radiation done, and run back before I wake up. Even from a young age, that was very high tolerance to pain and very high tolerance to medication. I thought everyone dealt with it. I thought having millions of appointments like a year would be, it's normal for people who, I just knew I was sick when I was younger, and that's all I knew. I didn't really develop as much as the other child. Learning wise, I feel a bit of a burden. I felt that a long time ago as well, and now I'm trying to heal from that. When I tried to ask my parents when I was more curious, turned a bit older, they would tell me, oh well, your brothers are going to do the same thing when they get your age. Since my brothers are younger than me. For me, I thought, haha, they have to deal with this stuff when they're older, but yeah, it was definitely not the truth. But I think they did that to protect me. It was always, if someone came by to visit, sometimes my mom would say some stories to them, and that's how I knew a bit more about myself or what happened when I was younger. But we never had an open discussion. I do feel guilty putting her through all that, even though I know it's not my fault. This happened when I was a kid, but now it's still affecting me over 25 years later. When I was a teenager, I was more in denial because I was a little bit rebellious against the healthcare providers as well.
When she was 17, Maria says she told her pediatric oncologist about some new symptoms.
She didn't really believe my symptom. Some bleeding in my stool for months. She asked if I was bleeding in my stool or if I'm wiping or anything. And I said both. And she said, you can't be both. So you have to pick one. And then I told her, okay, well, it's none. There's a lot of times before that doctors either didn't ignore me or didn't believe me. I always felt like I was just a child, like a spoiled brat, and just whining because of menstrual pain, because that's what doctors would ask me all the time, are you on your, if I have, I usually in the ER came in with stomach pain, which is all the time I had obstructions. It was very confusing, and maybe so I was very in denial, okay, maybe I'm just making things up. I was probably around 18. Eventually, I did get colonoscopy. It turned out to be like an early stage of colon cancer. So they were able to remove it during the colonoscopy. When the doctors told me about that, my natural instinct was like, okay, it's gone, so everything's good now. Like, I think I was still in denial, not understanding, okay, now like there's a very big chance of reoccurrence and things like that. But I find that I'm very lucky that that one was caught really early. For years, I thought, like I need to get over this, like these fears, these everything like that, because it's been so long since I had cancer, and this shouldn't be affecting me now. I was able to go to camp, and I was seeing other adults with diagnosed as a kid and stuff, and really able to talk to them and really understand a bit more. It was nice to see that those are normal things that people who are surviving or survived cancer feel that way too, that you're not the only one. And I started doing therapy as well to help to heal from the past. It lives through your body. The pain lives through your body. I think it's very important to, if you're not going to therapy, to talk to someone you can relate, or do something, do some exercise or something to help yourself. And I hope these videos help too for other people too, to know that they're not alone. And there's a lot of things doctors don't tell you about. In 2022, I had another obstruction in my bowel, and surgical oncology from gastro came in to see me and started to really follow up with me, really start the ball moving, because I kept having a lot of polyps keep reappearing every year since I keep having colonoscopies every 6 months to a year, and endoscopies as well. They were able to test for a genetic disorder for polyps in the colon, but it tested negative. And they kept doing those tests. They really thought I had Bloom syndrome. So I did the bad thing of searching it up and noticing how low the life expectancy is, because they were pretty 99% sure I had that, and they kept retesting me when it was negative. Because it was a low life expectancy for I think half a year, I was thinking, okay, I was still in school, so I said, okay, I don't really need to get a job because I'm not going to live that long. I was trying to accept death. They realized that it's definitely not Bloom syndrome. It's like a sister disorder from it called mosaic variated aneuploidy syndrome 3. It was due to Wilms tumor, also short stature, developmental disability, and there's microcephaly and trouble feeding, which is all things that I had as I was diagnosed with cancer. I'm gonna live longer than I expected, which is nice to know. My perspective kind of changed, and be, oh, okay, so I actually need to get a job, and I need to figure out everything else. Right now, I've been helping a lot with people with disability or in wheelchairs. I'm in the schools with that, so I help them with education, because I'm also a person with disability, and I don't think I really understood that when I was a kid, and understood what all the possibilities of help that I could have had.
Thank you so much, Maria, for bravely and openly sharing your story. If you are moved by Maria's story, I've queued up my story right here. I think you'll enjoy that one. And also don't forget to subscribe to the patient story right here so you can be among the first to watch all of our new uploads.